Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, and we're live, not live.
Oh.
Recording. Hi again, Johnny. Nice to have you here for a second time.
Yeah.
I think we can skip the introduction part this time because we already did an episode, but a short form.
Yeah, I'm back, everybody. Hey, this is a Relaxicorn podcast round 2, baby. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. And today with a special topic, your big album project that you spent hours and hours in train stations to record the ambient sounds, and that's so crazy. I really enjoyed also working with you on this project.
It's done.
It's done, yeah.
The worst part about it is that I'm listening to it, that album, every day because it's so good, you guys. It's so good. I'm listening to it all the time and no one else is getting to listen to it, just me. It's so good. So for reference, I actually got to talk about it the last time I was here. I went to 30 different train stations and recorded 6 minutes of audio. So for all the math, that's 3 hours of recorded audio. I was gone all day. I think I was gone for like 16 hours or something because I had to take the train there and do all of that. And I split the 30 stations into two 15-song albums. Each station is a song. And I did the first one. So I have 15 tracks that I did. And then for the next 15 stations, I split them between 5 artists. 2 of them have been on this podcast. One of them is Relaxicorn, our host. His tracks are fantastic, incredible.
Thanks a lot.
And a little behind the scenes for the listeners. It wasn't a competition, but if it was, Relaxicorn got all of his tracks into first. He finished them all and had everything done. He was the first one to get it all sent over to me.
I can't remember. It was around the Christmas holiday when I sent you the tracks, right?
Yeah, just after Christmas.
Yeah. Because I got 2 weeks off from work, so I could spend the whole day in the studio. Would you send me the tracks now? It would take way longer, I guess.
And Lo-Fi Cody also worked on it. He's been on the podcast 2 times now. And man, both of your guys' tracks are just so good. Just so good. And Pocket Tots, who is also Dark Nuck, he's also in the community. He was only able to do 2 songs. Originally, I thought everyone would just do 1 song. I thought there were going to be 5 guest songs, but everyone was like, no, I'll take 3. And I was like, Oh man, okay. But Pocket Tots was only able to do 2. He's like, I got a lot of stuff going on. I can do 2 though. And man,
I heard his songs on this private Discord server that you made for all the artists.
They're so good.
So, like every song that I dived into it, I didn't went through all of them, but the ones that I listened are all fantastic.
They're beautiful. One of my friends back in Chicago, her name is Aiko. She's actually like a hip hop beat maker, and she did 3 songs, and I think they're the most different, but they're so good. They're so interesting and fun. And then one of the guys on their project, this is actually like going to be his second release. So him and I talked to at all, just period. Crazy, he doesn't even have anything out right now. He's dropping an EP in a couple weeks, and then it'll be this. But him and I have been friends for a long time. Like we go back like, I don't know, maybe 15 years. And he just started like making music. I used to play drums for him and he would play guitar. And so he just started producing beats. And I was like, hey man, you know what? Like and he also lives in Japan. He actually lives in Tokyo and I live about 90 minutes out of Tokyo. And I was like, hey man, like, do you want to make some of these songs? Like, I think it would be pretty great for you, especially just starting out, like to get on a big collab album. And he was like, yeah, here's an interesting thing about him. He is really into longer form songs. So his songs are like 4 minutes long.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. That's such a kind of contrast to what you know from the lo-fi beat scene.
Oh yeah.
Most tracks are like around a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And yeah, seeing a 4-minute song with like, especially if it's having different parts, you know.
Yes, he
if
has
it's
A
like
and B
a loop
parts.
for 4 minutes, that's not good. But if it's kind of evolving, and yeah, that's great.
He's super into that, and like I've like I mixed his EP, and I was talking with him, and some of his songs were really long, and I was like, okay, like, but like you said, they've got A parts and B parts, and I was like, so I feel like most producers would actually just make this A part one track, and this B part a different track, and I was like, but I understand, like, artistically you want this together. I just feel the need to tell you that this track is long compared to a lot of stuff that people put out. But he's just like, well, he's like, you know, I love long tracks. I want to get to know a track. I want to put it on and like really let it play. And I was like, you know, I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah, and there are literally no rules. So
Exactly.
even if you want to do a 20 minutes track, why not?
I had this idea for an ambient album where it was 6 10-minute tracks that I wanted to do, and I just never ended up writing it.
Wild. But I mean, that would take you at least half a year just to write a song.
Yeah,
and work on
yeah, just to take a long time. Yeah, and I wanted to do, I think it was like, I wanted to record sounds from the ocean and have that be like kind of the extra sound. But anyway, we're getting really far. The album, it sounds so good, you guys. It's called Yamanote Line Volume 2. It's coming out May 9th. And
this podcast will be out on May 4. So like 5 days before the album.
Yeah, do check it out. I mean, one of the coolest parts, are you familiar with Andrew Huang's Four Producers, One Sample videos?
Yeah.
It's so cool to see different artists take like the same thing and what they come up with. And man, it's just so different. I'm so into it. Like, I've made a lot of this kind of stuff, and to hear like what you made and what everyone made, it's so cool.
And it was a very interesting experience that I can tell you from my experience producing the tracks. So usually I add the texture somewhere in the middle of the track.
Oh, interesting.
And this kind of forced me to, not forced me, I could still put it in later in the production, but it made way more sense to have first your recordings and then just kind of listen to it. And it was crazy. The ideas really flowed. Just from hearing like the whole ambient noise, like I hear people talking in a language that I don't understand. Then you hear that beep sound. I wrote you about that.
Yeah.
I spent like first 10 minutes EQing that it's not that harsh. And in this time I heard like the ambient noise over and over again before even laying down the first like melodic or a drum element, nothing. But then I was kind of in the mood, you know? It really got into the head, and then the ideas flowed. I guess that's the reason why I was so quickly done with the tracks. I mean, I was surprised by myself how fast the workflow was afterwards. Like, the melody was just like there, and also like the drums kind of really fitted into that. And it was such a nice experience to get things done in a completely new way.
Yeah.
That's so fantastic. And I just had an idea when you talked about the album introduction. So because this podcast will be online 5 days earlier, that's my idea. You will post like a full album length video anyway, right?
Yes.
How about we share in this podcast's video description the link to the private one, so people listening to the podcast can get a 5-day earlier listen to the album.
Ooh, I love that idea. Yeah, let's do it.
You will still get like the listener counts, because the private video go then public, and everybody listened before will already be involved, the comments and everything.
That'll be awesome.
That could be a really nice idea to get the listeners of the pod a little insight. And
yeah, actually, Ray Music, he had this idea that so he actually lives in Tokyo. It would be much easier for him to do a lot of this, but he also has 3 kids. So he's really busy, but he was like, Johnny, what if I go to each station and I record footage to make music videos, like kind of, right, for each song. And all I told him was, I was like, I love that idea. I wish I had recorded like footage so we could have like the footage of the moment from the songs. I was like, but bro, like I'm not a YouTube partner. I have no way to monetize that for you. Like, and again, that's 3 hours of footage, right? Like it's a lot of footage that he would have to do. And so maybe one day, but I actually, I was so excited, man, this album being finished, and now we're just like waiting for it to come out. I was so excited. I actually already made the YouTube video.
Oh, like, awesome.
It's I don't think I've uploaded it yet because I still need to get like links for all the artists and stuff to put in the description, but the video is already rendered. It's right here on my iPad.
Awesome. That's nice. You got the iPad on this little... Yeah, that's so
I have cool. a swing arm. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, a swing arm for it. Man, for any musicians listening, like this like album done high, I just love it so much when you finish a project and you're just like, it's good, it's ready, I'm pumped. I just can't wait.
Yeah, especially when you're super happy with the result, then that's the biggest high you can get as a musician.
I was worried at first, so I finished my song for this before everyone else did, because I actually did my one song on the album when I did the other one, right? So when I wrote those 15 songs, I wrote 16. And I was like, okay, this will be the one song I put on. And it was one of those things that I was like, man, I wonder if like my song is going to be the worst one, right? Like compared to everyone else is so talented. You know, everyone else, they're all such great producers. Like my song is going to clearly be the worst song on here.
Nah, I don't think so.
I got in my own head for a little bit of being like, oh my God, like I need to write a new song. I need to totally change it up. But I got the track, I got everything set up in the order to listen to it the first time. And it just fits in so perfectly. Like it just all sounds good. If anyone thinks like that, don't listen. Don't listen to yourself because it was perfect.
Yeah, that's what I just want to say. Don't say that. That cannot be true. I mean, I know your music and you're doing good music, so it can definitely not be the worst. And on the other side, it's not a competition.
Exactly.
It's an album that melts us all together as a unity instead of, it's not kind of race and who gets the gold medal and stuff. That's the nice thing about the lo-fi community as well.
It really is.
That's what we had as a topic before we start recording, like the topic with the haters, like, why are we not getting any haters to boost engagement? People are just way too chill in this community.
People are just like, that's awesome. That's awesome. Cool, so man. Crazy. Cool. But talk about haters. So I actually would like to have this conversation. It's an interesting conversation I have been using DistroKid for 6 years. I've been using DistroKid, and in the 6 years, I have a lot of releases, but they're almost 100% originals, and like 99% of them I released as a solo artist, right? And so I paid like $45 a year for 6 years, and so to me, I never understood any of the hate that people have for DistroKid. Because I'm like, what? It's like $45 a year. I'm just like throwing stuff out there. It's no big deal. But
till I told you the story that they wanted to charge me nearly $300 because of all the collabs.
That's crazy. Well, that's the thing. With this collab, I'm going to host it through DistroKid, and now it's going up. And now it's still manageable, I think, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm not super pumped about it. But the
thing is, in the first year of the album release, you can probably let it pay it off for itself.
Right.
Because how I see it, lo-fi beats perform well. They perform well for, let's say, half a year. But because of so many new releases are coming on, also, let's say you have 10 or 20 favorite lo-fi artists and you build your own playlist from the point of view, as a listener. And that was cool.
I want to clarify for those. So that is my friend. This is my friend Chihori. She actually does all of my album artwork.
Yes.
This is a new studio, and Chiho actually lives with my family. So I'm married. I have 3 children, and Chiho also lives with us. And she's a visual artist, and I'm a musician, and we share a studio.
That's awesome.
So that I'm trying to block with my body, that's her workstation, and it is a mess. You guys can't see it, but my workstation is pristine. Yeah, I know, right? She's saying when she's on a video call, the background's beautiful because like all of my stuff is like I'm one of those creatives that everything has a place, and I put everything in its place.
Same.
And yeah, you have places too, all over the floor, all over your desk. I know. Sorry to derail this conversation, but
hey, all good. It's so funny. And also in the first episode, you already talked about your shared workspace.
Yeah.
And so now we have a face on the podcast. That's
it. And I have an extra desk. So we just moved in. I guess
and
as
you
a
still have
creative
the extra
person.
desk.
Yeah, I still have an extra desk right here, but right now it just has a bunch of junk on it. We need to put stuff away. But guys, I mean, you brought it up. I moved into a new studio. I've got better internet, got a better camera, and the best, I'm paying less money.
That's fantastic. Yeah, because your studio before was external, right?
Yes.
So you had to pay for this one room, and usually renting one room is more expensive than renting a bigger space to live in where you have an extra room. That's the same way I did here now.
Oh, that's how you did it too. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah, and so all this pink stuff, I probably already talked about that in one of the podcasts for the acoustic. It really, just like, it's like a sponge. So it really takes all the music and soak it up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I already told the story, but let me quickly tell it again. It was like I was at the work and I had to bring a lot of stuff from like one of the finished projects to the trash station, like the bigger trash stations for workers. And there was like how do you tell them, the big cars that transport stuff?
Oh, like a semi truck, I guess. Where I grew up, we would call it a semi truck, I guess.
Yeah, just like the super big cars that are like delivering food from one storage to the different shops and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, one of those. And all those things were inside the car, not on the trash pile, completely new. And they just ordered more than they needed for the project. And I had a totally empty car because I emptied everything out to put all the garbage away. And I was like, hey, can I grab them? And he's like, hell yeah. They would land on the trash anyway. And he's like, I told him about I make music and stuff. He's like, yeah, then it's your lucky day. Those damn pallets,
those are expensive.
On 1 quarter meter, they are like $500 because they are for like high-end offices where you have like lots of calls with customers and you really don't want to hear what's going on 1 meter beside you.
Right. That makes sense.
That was such a lucky and happy day for me.
No,
and I
that's
came back
awesome.
to work and my boss like, yeah, can you do this one little quick service, like changing a lamp? I'm like, oh yeah, I should have enough space in my car to get like the drill and like the screws and stuff. And he's like, why? Your car should be empty. And I'm like, come, take a look. And he's so chill. He was like, oh, you know what? We can repair the lamp tomorrow. Go home and install your new toys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but quickly back to the DistroKid thing. Yeah, with the lo-fi, I think
Yes, you said that after about a year, it starts to go down.
Yeah, if you have like your favorite 10 to 20 lo-fi artists, and let's say 80% of them dropping a new song weekly. So you're a listener, you build your playlist, you like put the new songs you like on the playlist, and after a while, like the old songs go so much down into the playlist that you are not even listening to them a lot. And also because the information from, let's say, Spotify, Apple Music, and all this data get like updated with new and new songs, if it's not a super viral hit, like let's say El Dre's Steven Universe flip, if it's not such a viral hit, yeah, you can check your Spotify for artists and you see like releases from 2 years ago have nearly no place anymore because they're like too old. And after that moment, you just pay on top for DistroKid just for having this one collab out. That's why I hate so much on them. I really like the idea of if you're a completely solo artist, then it's the cheapest version out there. And then it's good. But you want to collaborate. We live in times where even like the big names collaborate in weird ways that sometimes not make sense at all. But it's
Post Malone and Taylor Swift, man.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
What a great collab, too. Wow, incredible.
Yeah. See,
it's pretty weird.
That's where kind of my grudge to DistroKid came up, and I was like, yeah, why should I pay you like $300 just because collaborating with people that already paid their $9 a year? That's the second thing. If you're the host, to get the splits, your collab partner has to get the DistroKid subscription as well, right?
Right.
And so they already pay for their artist persona to be distributed through DistroKid.
Yes.
So they just charge you double. It's like paying taxes on taxes on taxes, you know? Same thing, you get your salary, pay your taxes, then you buy a bread, and on the bread is taxes, and you buy milk, and on the milk is taxes, and you know, then you pay double taxes. And the company selling you this stuff is also paying taxes. So you have one product and pay 3 times taxes on that.
You know, it's funny you use that example because I was just out with my son last weekend. We went to a festival and I gave him money to buy something. And I was like, oh, is there tax? Because in Japan, normally the price that you see on an item includes tax. But with this thing, I was like, oh, I wasn't quite sure. So I said, here's a little extra money just in case. And it turned out that the tax wasn't included. So he needed a little extra. And then he was like, what is this tax that you pay? And I'm like, my son is just turned 12. Actually, today. It's my son's 12th birthday today.
Same happy birthday from me.
I will. And I was like, oh, little man, bro, we pay tax on everything, dude. I was like, everything's got a tax. And I was like, and when you're a grown up, you have to pay it. Like, that's just it. Everything just costs extra. And I'm like, and that's how the government like makes their money, is they just tax you to hell on everything. And with DistroKid, I can... Now that I'm starting to do these collabs, so far I've lucked out because usually I just try to get someone else to host the collab.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'll collab with you and you just host it. And but now I'm starting to see it. I see the slippery slope, and I think I'm just like, listen, these are the people I'll collaborate on DistroKid and everything else. I'm gonna have to find a new home.
Or
for some distribution.
Just get like on a new distribution platform and then re-release with them.
Yeah.
And take it down from DistroKid. So you can move like everything from DistroKid, even like the splits and all that stuff. And then just delete the account, and like all the streaming count will stay the same. The splits that are already paid out are paid out. So you have to, after removing it from DistroKid, you should still like 3 months wait with deleting the account. Because after that moment, they don't collect the splits anymore, and the new distributor will do that. And then you can just like shut down your account. That's how I made it. And it felt so good. It was like 6 hours of work to take down every single track, download the master, download the cover art. That's a good thing about DistroKid, I have to say. They make it so easy for you to re-release on other platforms, because you go on the song page, you can download your original cover, the original master, and you have like the UPC code to copy and paste. And there's an other code that you don't have to forget.
The ISRC code.
Exactly. This other code. Yes. Then you just copy paste everything and wait till the new streaming counts are viewable in the new, because every distributor gives you the chart of streaming counts. So just wait till you see it on the new page, and then you can take it down.
But I don't know that I want to I know that they don't let you go down. That's the thing that is the most annoying. They don't let you go down. You can upgrade, but you can't downgrade. But I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it, and I'm just not going to go up more, because it is nice just releasing my original work through there. I do enjoy that, and working with some other people through there. But finding a new distributor, I don't know. It's weird. How did you first hear about DistroKid? I first heard about DistroKid on YouTube.
Same. Every big creator is advertising DistroKid because they give you affiliate links. So obviously you don't even have to work for the affiliate link. You just take the refer a friend link and put that on to your video. And I guess if you have a big enough audience, DistroKid will pay you extra money to do that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because some creators say like, this video is sponsored by DistroKid.
Yes.
But even if they are not sponsored, they can just like put their refer a friend link in the video description, and they will get like $10 from everyone registered on DistroKid.
Yep,
so it makes sense that it got spreaded so widely. I mean, from the business point of view, from DistroKid, obviously I would do the same by running a business with a subscription model. I would not do that no downgrade policy, because I think that's like super evil.
It's so bad,
It's really evil to do that.
It's pretty bad. Yeah. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that.
But charging people twice for just collaborating with another DistroKid user should be not a thing as well, in my opinion.
You know, that's a good point. You would think it would make sense that like, maybe if they already have a DistroKid account, it's free. You can, all DistroKid account collabs are free. Like, you know, like how if you have a cell phone, you can call someone on the same network.
Yeah, exactly.
For free. But then, if you want to collab with someone and they don't have it, then that makes sense, I guess. But still, that's super annoying. Also, just paying for extra artist slots is dumb. Like collab slots, that's stupid.
Imagine being a label.
Yeah.
Releasing hundreds of artists.
Surely they just don't go through DistroKid. Surely they just don't, I would imagine.
I would say that there were at least a good amount of people that are kind of, let's say, hey, I want to build my label. And they are not informed about that. And they are just hyped to want to get something done. DistroKid is the easiest option. And and you usually think as a, let's say, self-employed, or it's treated like a business. If you're just starting something new, you are super hyped. You go with the intention of, okay, I have to spend money to make money. But in the end, there's not enough to get from just royalties. I mean, the pool is small if you're not like the biggest artist on earth. That's A. And B, with this no downgradable option, you are stuck, because let's say you're a label, you release tons of music with different artists. They all want to get their splits, so everything is contracted. And after a year or two, you realize, oh my God, they charge me like, even after a year and you're super active, releasing 100 artists, but it's totally possible by making multiple releases a week, they charge you over $1,000. And you see like, oh, okay, I had this one artist, went viral and added to an editorial playlist, and I made like, let's say, $500 to $800 of that. And now I have to pay $200 on top just to have everything up. And the next year, this song rotates out of the editorial playlist and you don't land a new one. Some songs are performing okay, but let's say making only like $50 a track, you lose money.
Yeah.
You lose
Really?
money hard. And then you are stuck because you cannot just like DM 200 artists like, hey, I'm so sorry, I have to move all the releases. And
Right.
everybody will get like a notification, let's say from Dashco. I will gladly free advertise them because they're great. And every artist get like an email, you're now receiving splits 50% for that track. And then you get like hundreds of emails. Hey, what happened? Then you have to explain to everyone. So you are really stuck in this very unfortunate position. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's great. It's a good business if you want to keep people, I guess. Right? That's like, they're just stuck. But yeah, no, I want to get on Dashco. I sent them an email. I'm going to send them another email this week and
always send
just beg. Yeah, just
always
beg.
send to.
But yeah, so far DistroKid is, and I also understand like a lot of people, they want you to pay extra for everything. I just don't pay for any of it. That's like mine. I just don't pay extra for any of my releases. But going all the way back, guys, this new album is great. I'm on it. Relaxicorn's on it. Cody's on it. There's some artists you guys haven't seen on this podcast that are on it. And if you think Japan is cool, if you like ambient, like noise being, I don't even like the word noise because it makes it sound bad, but like, you really feel like you're in a place when you listen to it. And the tracks are just so beautifully varied. It's not just the same. It's really incredible. You got to check it out, guys. So we are going to have all of that out, but you guys got to check it out. It's really cool. And I hope to do more. Oh, I remember. I have it. So what if for splits on DistroKid, because one of the things you talked about is if you reactivated your account, they're just going to charge you a ton of money. You should just make a new account that like only receives splits. Just make a totally brand new account and just pay for like, what is it, like $10 a year?
Yeah.
And then you can receive money.
But I guess I already told you can gladly have my share from this album.
Sure,
I'm totally cool with that.
I appreciate it.
The thing is, the people that collaborate a lot that I know, they are not using DistroKid for exactly this reason. So I'm not going to set up an DistroKid account I already told like 4 people that they can have my splits and
oh wow,
from previous releases.
Oh, I see.
And now the new 3 tracks on your album, so I'm totally fine by not getting.
You're just cutting the cord. You're just done with DistroKid.
Yeah, I'm totally done, and it feels good. And I mean, I make music for the passion side. Obviously, getting something monetary back is awesome. But in the end of the day, I'm also started my business as a sound engineer for podcasters.
Oh, sweet.
And this is where I'm planning to scale that into being self-employed and quit my day job and make my living through and keep music as the passion, because I do something I love doing, like mixing and mastering.
Right. And you're very good at it. You're very good at it.
Thanks. And the other thing is I can still keep the passion inside the music. So I don't want to get into this position of being forced to make good music, because then it doesn't work.
Right.
If you force yourself, I recently realized that because I set my goal of weekly releases in the beginning of the year, the New Year's resolution stuff. And I just realized by forcing myself into this, I will, in my opinion, the quality of my latest releases went down a bit. And then I told myself it was a week ago that I'm stopped forcing myself on weekly releases. And I made within a week 2 tracks that I'm super happy with. Just by taking off this weight off the shoulders and this pressure. So yeah, even though if I can be a part of a cool project, I rather, in this case, and because I really enjoy what you're doing, your vision of the album, I enjoy you as a person, I'm totally cool with just letting this percent slide.
It's interesting with the weekly releases, because for me, what I did before, so back in 2022, I would try to release a short album, like 10 songs of original beats. I would release every month. And the way I was able to do that was I pre-did, right? So I worked really hard. I didn't do it in 2021. And I was having a new release, not every week, but every month. I was trying to space it every month. And kind of the same, I kind of got burnt out on it. And it turned more into now I try to release an original album a year. And then I have other projects which are just passion of I want to do. I only have to release this album. All these other things, that's all just fun that I do. And then everything I'm meandering playing with, I'll slowly put together to put onto the album for next year. And I found that to be more sustainable for me too. Like you said, of take that pressure off,
Exactly. And also we can, as a community of musicians, we can also the world is at the moment at this point that making more singles is better for the streams and better for the income, obviously. But what if all the musicians got together and start prioritizing quality again over quantity, and say, back in the days when we grew up and you had your favorite bands, you could not expect an album every year. If
Crazy.
They dropped an album all 3 years, that was already wow. But the thing is, let's say some of those albums I listen to this day in full album length and think, oh, that's so good. I remember Billy Talent 2 and 3, 2 of my favorite albums, top 20 albums, and I can go through every single song. They are, I don't know, more than 10 years old, and I listen it still today because the tracks are amazing. And I was not a single day in my life pissed off that they didn't put out new music. Right. Yeah. And we should bring that back. I mean, by the way we behave as musicians, and if everybody got to this mood again, there will be also like a change in the perspective of the listener.
Yeah, I agree. When you make original tracks, so one of the things I love about you is that you make original tracks as well as covers, and your original tracks are fantastic. Do you have a favorite chord progression?
Honestly, I'm always struggling with that. It's funny that you mention it because I think on the 3 tracks on this album, I made the chord progression myself and some simple melodies, and then kind of chopped some samples that I felt like it fits, like having a guitar playing in the same key, or I don't know, I used a saxophone on the one track if I'm not
I think so,
100% sure. Because I have no saxophone player. I just search for a sample loop, and then you can, the splices that you can play it on your keyboard.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah.
And sometimes I did that with the keyboard. Sometimes I just like spliced it up and placed them with the mouse. Like repeated and reversed some parts, and made like a new melody out of that. But chord progressions are always such a thing. When it comes to build one, I learned I'm just take the bass note first, and I'm choosing like a piano and a pad at the same time, having played like this one bass note. And I just arrange like 4 bass notes. And if they feel good, I'm just experiment with this chord should be a minor and this should be a major. And I just kind of experiment with that. If it feels too empty, just add a 7th
right
to it,
yeah,
and then it's good. And then it's good. That's
so
how I build chord progressions lately.
That's so crazy. So I have a piano performance background, and I did a lot of improv and stuff. So like my favorite chord progression is the most basic, boring chord progression. It's a 2-chord chord progression. I love the first and then the fourth, which are 2 majors. So like if you're in the key of C, C, F, C, F. I love that progression. Just like going back and forth. And one of my friends, he was like, how do you make music? He's like, I feel like my music just all sounds like iterative and like it's not good and stuff like that. And I was like, no. And he's like, I feel like I use the same chord progressions too much. And I like to make albums. I don't really like singles. Like, I don't like how they look in the app. I like to just put on something and just it plays longer. I don't want to like choose one single and then like.
That's a fair point.
I just don't. That experience is a nightmare to me, as opposed to just hitting play on an album. But one of the things that is much easier when you're writing chords is I'm like, oh, you can theme like albums with keys or with tempos or like vibes and stuff. I'm like, but also I just focus on no repeating chord progressions in the album. Like, it doesn't matter if I have another song that uses this chord progression on another album. That album doesn't exist while I'm composing for this album.
Yeah, obviously. That should not be that should not bother you at all.
Right. And so my favorite chord progression, hey, guys, use it for free. That's a great one. 1, 4, C, F. You know what? You could do a C, F, C, G. That's nice. Some people do that C, F, A minor, G. Some people do that. Hi, you want to come here? One of my 2-year-olds is here.
Hi.
Hi, that's my friend. This is my friend Anton. Oh, I don't mind that she's on the podcast. That's okay. Hi.
Hello.
I know. So I hope you don't mind if we cut this one a little short. I'm going to go take my son for his birthday dinner. We're going to go out to his favorite restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, and what is it? Just quickly tell me.
It's a family style restaurant here in Japan called Coco's. That's it. It's called Coco's, and they have like they have like Japanese takes on Mexican and Italian food, which is not good. Being from America, I mean, compared to like American Mexican food, it's not good.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Oh, I actually have twin 2-year-olds. Hi. Here's the other one. Hi. Hello. Do you have your doll? Very nice, honey. That's my friend. And his best friend is here. And we're going to go. And my favorite is his best friend speaks no English. He only speaks Japanese.
Okay.
So I love to just mess with him.
Yeah.
Because he's always just like,
what?
Yeah, what? And I'm like, you've been practicing your English? You've been practicing your English, man? You're in 6th grade now. You practice English? And he's just like,
Is that a mandatory thing to practice English in Japan?
Yeah, they have English classes in school, and they're trying really hard, but they're not. They're behind other Asian countries. So they're like behind South Korea and China and like the Philippines and Vietnam. Their English proficiency is down.
Okay. I see,
but honestly, it makes sense because, you know, I'm an American, for those listening. Japanese kids are like American kids in the sense that they're like, why would I need to learn another language? Like, I have Japanese and like I have anime, I have manga, like everything I need is in this language.
I mean, others want our stuff to be translated in their language. So
yeah, exactly. They're like, who cares? Like, why do I don't need this? But thank you so much for having me back. We can have another real episode sometime soon. But guys,
this is a real episode. Yeah,
it is a real episode, but it's a short one. It's a short episode. But this album is, I think, my favorite thing that I've made. Thank you so much for being a part of it. It's so cool.
And thanks for asking me to be a part of that. I feel honored. And yeah, thanks for listening. We put the link to the video of the album in the description. And so you can get like an 5 days earlier listen to it.
Do you still do the what would you tell someone question at the end of the podcast? I haven't listened to your more recent one.
Yes, if you have time.
I do have time.
If you have time, then share one. Because I don't want to cut off the time of your child's birthday, you know.
Oh, no
I would
worries.
feel bad.
No worries. We're not quite ready. I think last time, what did I say last time? Last time I said get a bidet. I think that's what I said last time.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, get a bidet. That's just great advice. This time
we got one, but we didn't get it installed yet.
Oh, congratulations!
Like a cheap one that you put like on top of your normal.
No,
and then
that's
you
perfect.
have to connect the water, but I haven't connected the water.
No, that's perfect. That's what we use here too. That's what's up.
Yeah, the thing is, I need to turn down the whole building's water to change that, because there's like no little thing to just turn off this one.
Oh, that's fascinating. Like, not for this specific toilet kind of deal.
Yeah. And I see in videos that Americans have this for the specific toilet, just to change.
In Japan too.
Japan too, but here not. I will figure that out and do it like in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. when everyone's sleeping. Nobody recognizes that I turn off the water of the house.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's exactly when you have to do it. My life advice for you this time, I did this recently. I went shopping with my son. Buy some new socks. You know, I know y'all are out there wearing these ratty socks. Just buy some new socks. Is there a better feeling than putting on a brand new, fresh pair of socks? Treat yourself a little bit.
I agree on that. And also, my mother buys me new socks all several months. She really loves to go with her friends to these outlets where you get like all the good stuff for free. And she usually brings me back like some trainers, you know, that fitting sweatpants with the hoodies and socks. And I love it.
That's what's
I
up.
love it.
I went with my son because, you know, my son, he just turned 12. This boy, like, he can't find a pair of matching socks to save his life. And they're not even like close mismatch. They're like, he's wearing one orange and one blue sock. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, so we went and we bought a bunch of new socks. And I was like, throw away your old socks. Like, they have holes and they're weird. Here's your new socks. Just wear these. Maybe this says something about me. I don't think I've ever worn a pair of mismatched socks in my life. I've never done it. I just I will take the time to find a pair of matching socks. And my son I'm like, dude, you're crazy. You're crazy. We're just going to buy socks. They're not expensive.
Yeah, true. No, but I had like at least 1 year where I intentionally mismatched socks just because it felt cool, you know.
It's a statement. Yeah.
I could not mismatch shoes because there are people that are mismatching shoes, and that's weird. That's so weird.
When I was in high school, I bought a pair of Converse, like Chuck Taylor All-Stars, right? Yeah. And me and my best friend, we traded one. So I wore mismatched shoes for quite a while. But, you know, they're the same size and it's like the same style. It's just they were different colors. So I had like one and then another one, and we just did that. And
okay, but then there's a story behind that. But let's say you buy for yourself the same pair of shoes twice in different colors and mismatch them. I think
that's a little weird.
That
is a little weird. I agree.
But I mean, with a friend, that makes the whole story cute again.
Yeah, because I guess. Yeah.
It's kind of a symbol of friendship, and that's so cool.
You want to say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Are you going to do it? No, she's just going like this.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Like this? Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening, and thanks again for being on the pod. Have a great day, and say greetings to your whole family.
I will.
And
Thank
sing
you
happy
so much.
birthday in my voice as well.
Oh, I will.
In your voice, because it probably sounds better. Have a good one.
All right. See you. Bye.
See ya. Bye.